Hi, I'm Alan Wolf, and I've been an auto technician at Batavia Avenue Mobile for 30 years. And we're going to go through and show you some of the things that we have available for you and for your car. Now that we've got the car in the bay, we're ready to check under the hood for all our basic checks for the oil change. First check would be the transmission fluid. Usually a dipstick on a car. That is fine on this one. Next thing we check would be washer solvent. This actually has a dipstick on this car that you would use to check it. And looking at it, it is well over halfway up, so this one is okay. This would be the engine oil dipstick. We use that after we're done doing the engine oil change on it. And this would be the fill for the engine oil. Underneath this cover is the air filter. We'll check that. Only got one little leaf in it, so that's fine for right now. That would not need to be changed yet. Okay. Now at this point we do a visual around the car, check to see if it needs wiper blades, check the tire condition. Wiper blades look okay. Tire condition, they look almost new, so these are in really good shape. Now basically we go around the car and just look for any problems with any of the tires and then put the car up in the air. Okay, the next step in the oil change is to drain the oil and take off the oil filter. Always want to be careful with this as you're doing it. You want to make sure that this is not going to splash on you. Typically, especially after the engine is run, the oil will sometimes be around 200 degrees. So you do not want to have that splash on you. And then the oil filter is buried quite high up on this engine in the back. I'm just manually turning that loose with my hand. And some of that oil does run down, so you do have to be careful where that goes. That's why I have such a large funnel on the drain pan. New filter. Just for comparison, you can see quite a difference in the color. That would be the black oil that's been in there for several thousand miles. The oil filter gets installed and turned until the gasket makes contact with the engine, and then turned typically about one turn after that so it's tight. And then on the drain plug, there is a washer. That washer gets replaced. It's an aluminum crush washer, and that would get replaced during an oil change. Okay. The plug goes back in and tighten down. And then wipe up all the excess oil that drips off on everything. Nobody likes to spend money on their car and have an oil change and then go home and have drip oil all over their driveway. And the oil filter goes over. Those are all recycled. It's by state law that we have to recycle those. So they all do get recycled through a special waste hauler. So none of that gets thrown in the garbage. Okay, the next step on an oil change would be to check all the tires. So it's a nice simple air inflator. Go around and check each and every tire. The listing for that pressure is located inside of the car. A low tire can actually cause the car to pull from one side to the other. Very important. The more often you check your tires and make sure that they stay inflated, the longer the tires will last. The oil for this vehicle is in bulk container that we have here. Cuts down on waste. You don't have to use bottles of oil for everything, so we have bulk oil container that has a dial on it to tell how many quarts go in it. This vehicle actually takes 3.7 quarts. So, and it's pneumatically dispensed from the tank, overhead piping, and then to every bay in the shop. So we're able to do that. Just watch the dial go around till we get to 3 and almost 3/4, 3.7. The next and final step on the, or final 2 steps in the oil change is start it up, run it, make sure there's no leak, and then we'll check the oil after we run the engine. Perfect. And now you know how we do an oil change.